It is Saturday, February 6th, 2021, and this is the Early Edge powered by SportsLine. I'm your host, the Coach, and we are just one day away from Super Bowl 55 live tomorrow on CBS. Now, we're going to start the show with a little public service announcement. We had an incredible 6-1 night last night. For all of you that went bananas after we have a losing night on social media, just relax. We do this every single day, 7 days a week. We're going to have some losing nights. But we have the best cappers that have the best information that we give to you. So just relax and enjoy the ride. Now, speaking of Super Bowl, we have so much content in your feed. Turn on your notifications. We have the Cousin Sal interview we did earlier this week. The Maestro sat down with Nick Bogdanovich from William Hill. That's in your feed right now. Yesterday, we taped a Super Bowl prop special that's in your feed right now. You cannot go into the Super Bowl without all the information that we're going to give you tomorrow. We're going to do a Super Bowl special only edition of the Early Edge, and then we'll do a second episode that is everything else, basketball, all that kind of stuff. You asked for it, we're going to give it to you. All right, let's get to today. Let's bring in our cappers. I'm excited, man. My man next to me, boy, a bad night doesn't even sway him. M Squared, you came back last night like a boss.
A bad night definitely does not bother me one bit. We always bounce back. It's a long, long season. So let's go.
You're damn right. You're damn right. And right below me, one of the great golf minds in America. He's a host of the First Cut podcast. He is Rick G. Rick, what's up, man?
Morning, Coach. Yeah, we are rocking and rolling. Big weekend and waste management here to put it all together. Let's do it.
You're damn right. I will be doing PGA Tour Live once again today, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I will be coming on the air for that. So let's get to our SportsLine play of the day. It's in college basketball. Now, I listened to you. I called the bosses. You say sometimes on Saturdays you don't give me enough college basketball because the Maestro's not on the show. He's got to have a day off. So what we're going to do, just for you tomorrow, we're going to give away 5-year-long memberships to SportsLine. So you have all the cappers, all the simulations. So on days when we don't have a lot of what you want on the show, you just go to SportsLine, and it's all going to be there. All right, so here's our SportsLine play of the day. Michigan State, minus 11.5 over Nebraska, 6:30 Eastern tip on the Big Ten Network from Nike top dog Tierney. He's 21-12 in his last 33 college basketball picks. Michigan State has started to play a lot better. They played good against Iowa. They played against Ohio State. Now they're finally back home. And Nebraska hasn't played since January 10th. There's going to be a lot of rust. Take the Spartans and take them to the pay window. Here we go for today. M Squared, you're up. Give it to me.
Yeah, Coach. So one thing that I'm looking at most today is all of the injuries across the league. The Chicago Bulls are going to be without Otto Porter. Lauri Markkanen got hurt last night as well. That's going to leave them extra thin tonight on the back-to-back in the same matchup that they played last night. Another big piece of news, Kevin Durant. I know we all saw what happened last night where he played, then he didn't play, became ineligible. He will not be available tonight against the 76ers. On the other side of the ball, Joel Embiid and Seth Curry are both questionable. And then finally, out in some of the later games, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the entire team is questionable. I do think that they will field a team of 8 players at some point before the game starts tonight, but that's definitely something you need to monitor. You'll be able to pick up a lot of value in that situation. And then the other piece of news, Trae Young is questionable once again for Atlanta. That's something to keep an eye on as they have a matchup against the Toronto Raptors, who are on the second night of a back-to-back.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the Nets because last night I did everything that you're not supposed to do. The game was on TV, so I looked at the over and said, let's sprinkle a little bit on it. It was 222.5. With 7 seconds to go, they were sitting on 221. 2 nice free throws from the Raptors, and we covered by a half a point, and the coach is happy. All right, Rick G., what do we got today in golf?
Coach, it's Saturday. It's moving day, and they don't call it moving day for nothing. This is the opportunity for guys to kind of freewheel it a little bit, whether they just made the cut on the number and are trying to make up a lot of ground on our current leader, Xander Schauffele, heading into the weekends. But you're going to have some low scores early. Early at TPC Scottsdale, the morning waves have had it a bit easier than the afternoon waves. Obviously, they're better scoring conditions. They still have that nice dew on the green, so you can kind of fire darts right at the pins more often. So I expect low scores to come out of those early groups, guys trying to make a move on Saturday, put themselves into contention on Sunday. So if you're playing any of those, daily fantasy sites, if you're wagering on guys early to make a move, I think that's the right idea.
By the way, I mentioned we were 6-1 last night. I forgot to mention that we already cashed my man Rick G's Siwoo Kim over Gary Woodland. We didn't have to sweat into the weekend. Nice job, my friend. Nice job. All right, let's get to the picks for today. M Squared, what do you got?
Yeah, I mentioned Kevin Durant and the Nets. So I'm actually taking the Brooklyn Nets +3 against the Philadelphia 76ers. I know you might think that is a little crazy. However, with Kevin Durant out, the 76ers are actually pretty banged up right now. So Ben Simmons is upgraded to probable. He sat the last game and is dealing with a calf injury. Not something I want to be dealing with when I'm playing a rapid pace game like they will against the Brooklyn Nets. And then Joel Embiid, we saw him kind of tweak that knee there. I think that there's a good chance he doesn't end up playing in this game, especially with Kevin Durant out. So you might wait on it, though. I'm looking at the numbers, and it looks like it potentially could move to 3.5. I'm very comfortable with it at 3. My simulations make it only 1.3. So give me the Nets +3 or +3.5. And then I'm also going to be taking James Harden over 10.5 assists. We're going to continue to go back to that well until he gives us a reason not to. He only ended up with 12 assists last night, covered the prop for us. I like him again in this spot. I think he's going to get there again. My median number is 12.2 once again. So give me James Harden over 10.5. And then another one, I mentioned the Chicago Bulls. So Lauri Markkanen went down. Otto Porter remains out. They are on the second night of a back-to-back against this Orlando Magic team. So we're going to look to Patrick Williams. So the great thing about Patrick Williams is he's only 19 years old. He can handle these back-to-backs. I love him in this spot. He's going to play up to 35 minutes again here on the second night of a back-to-back. I'm looking at his assist prop. Over 1.5 assists, it's paying +144. If you look through the games he's played this year, he's hitting the over quite often anytime he's exceeding 32 minutes, and I'm projecting him for 34 tonight. And then finally, we're going to head out west to the Golden State Warriors here. Steph Curry. I know this one left a bad taste in all of our mouths. He got to 28, didn't get a fourth quarter because they blew him out as big underdogs. That's not going to happen again tonight. This is a primetime game on ABC against Luka Doncic. This is what Steph Curry lives for. Go over 28.5 points.
I love it because all the people that sent me tweets 2 nights ago, you're going to go right back with us. You know you are because you trust us. So don't send me any tweets this time when he goes off for 42. All right, Rick G, you just said there's a lot of value. There's a lot of really good players in that -4, -5 range. What are you looking at today?
Yeah, that's right. I've got 2 clicks for you, Coach. And first, I'm starting with Brendan Steele, -125 over Adam Hadwin. That's a straight-up round 3 matchup. Both are going to start the day in a tie for 27th at 5 under par, but it's Brendan Steele who has been lights out from tee to green. He's gaining nearly 6 shots on the rest of the field. To put that into perspective, it's the 3rd best mark in this entire field, but he's losing nearly 3.5 strokes putting. Now, don't get me wrong. Brendan Steele, not a very good putter, but he's not this bad. I think the putter warms up. He continues to hit the ball as well as he did over the first 2 days, and he beats Adam Hadwin in a matchup that goes off at 11:16 a.m. Eastern time. And then I'm finishing up with a 3-ball here, and I'm going with Harold Varner III at +150 over both Matt Kuchar and Bo Van Pelt. Again, I'm looking at ball strikers. That's the one key stat around TPC Scottsdale. Harold Varner III is 5th in strokes gained approach right now. Kuchar, Bo Van Pelt, relying a bit on the putter too frequently for my taste. That's going off at 11:38 a.m. Eastern, so I'm taking HV3 over Kuchar and over Bo Van Pelt.
I love it. All right, we are up against it. That means grab your paper, grab your pencil. Jeweler, put it up. Time for the recap. M Squared likes the Nets +3. They play fast. It doesn't matter if KD is there. They can score. They can play well against the Sixers tonight. James Harden, he's like a new guy. He's passing all the time. I watched every single minute last night, and he's looking for his teammates. Over 10.5 assists. Patrick Williams over 1.5 assists. That's plus money, +144. And Steph Curry, primetime ABC, over 28.5 points against the Mavs. Then Rick G, he likes Brendan Steele, -125 over Adam Hadwin. And Harold Varner, HV3, +150 in the 3-way. Remember, it's in the 3-way over Matt Kuchar and Bo Van Pelt. And our SportsLine app play of the day, Sparty, Michigan State, -11.5 over the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. We do it all for you. You've got your marching orders. Let's take every single ticket straight to the pay window. For M Squared, for Rick G, for Chief, for the Jeweler, I am the coach. Remember, patience, relax. It's the only place for your daily early edge. Good luck.